Tanimu has been a blacksmith since the early 90s. He got the training from his late father, Husseini, who was also a blacksmith all his life. Like a cherished tradition, Tanimu is also training his children from a very young age, grooming them to take over the business from him, just as he did from his father.
anan zai girma ya fara koya kenan haka inda ka gani haka ni ma na tashi auren babana tun ina yaro na dauko na zuwa da ni zo har na zo na koma gida da kaina ka gan su ko haka za su tashi anan da sana'an su da wahala ga yaro jami'a yawan banza zai wahalan gaske in dai anan ne.
With proceeds from this business, Tanimu feeds and provides for his family.
Domin a ciki Allah ya taimake ni tallafa ma ƴaƴana suna karatu kuma a ciki ne aure nake ci nake sha don ban zuwa gidan ɗan siyasa na waye gari da safe kullum zan gangaro nan Allah zai bani abin da zan ci da ni da ƴaƴana da mata na duka ina da mata uku na da ƴaƴa 22 kudu sun mutu kuma haka muke tafi da al'amuran mu.
We got curious about the kind of people that patronize his products and whether there are any important considerations before selling to his customers.
Tsofaffin sun ja sun gaji yanzu akwai matasa wanda ake da su in kana da kaya ko ya kai na miliyan da zuwa a kudin ka suna nan akwai masu sayan ɗaya biyu suna nan akwai ƴan sari suna nan yanzu haka wannan zuwa haka nace zan sayar wannan zai saya yanzu ce wannan zo ka bani kuɗi yanzu zai bani kuɗi ina buƙatan sai da shi in kuna buƙatan kai kasuwa ne zan bara kai min kasuwa sai na kai min kuɗi.
There are many other blacksmiths like Tanimu doing their businesses in many parts of Nigeria. Some of them make certain farm implements like small hoes, big hoes and sickles. Others make hunting implements such as bow and arrows, while others make household or kitchen utensils like knives, ladles and other things. However, these days some of them make things like jackknives, machetes and other implements according to what the current market demands. Any observant person around Kefi and Karu in Nasarawa State, and even along Mogadishu Barracks, FCT Abuja, will notice the gradual proliferation of people selling machetes, various kinds of knives, catapults, and bows and arrows, among other things. "20 years ago, this kind of business will not have attracted our attention in such a way as to begin interrogating it.
Gaskiya saboda Allah ni sai dai in je in sayar musu amma ba wasu kwastomomi daga zuwa wajena don ni ina da karamin jari ne ban kai matsayin da kwastomomi ka zuwa wajena ba suna ɗaukar kayayyaki.
Maharauta suna yawan sayan wuka da abun halbi. To haka dai irin mutane haka ko wasu ma'aikata suna iya su sayi.
Yanayin kasuwa ne kowa na iya sayi uga da Hausawan da yaran kowa da iya sayi Allah kawo ma kasuwa.
But with the rising insecurity in our society today, one begins to wonder at the sight of such implements. Or are they not even weapons? What comes to your mind when you hear the word weapon?
What comes to my mind when I hear the word weapon, it look very scary, very, very scary.
Weapon can be anything that you can use to defend yourself. It could be knife, cutlass, stone, stick, iron, what have you.
Weapons can not only be guns and maybe other like stone and all those stuff. To me, weapon can also be knife. It can also be arrows.
The understanding of weapon is anything that can cause bodily injury to anyone. Can be referred to as weapon.
You can talk of gun, some knives, cutlasses, and some axe too are part of weapons.
The moment I hear the word weapon, it scares me. Fear grips me because the word itself, weapon, is quite dangerous. It's alarming.
It is going to be consequential to look at the word crime and weapon, to marry them together. One, what is crime? Crime is any act that the law makes it punishable. That's crime for you. And we have classification of crime. We have the misdemeanors, we have the felonies. Now the felonies, we have what we call armed robbery, rape, and the issue of weapons that you're talking about under the felonies. These are very serious offenses, very serious. Misdemeanors are not serious offenses like cheating, yes, which is contrary to section 322 of the Penal Code of the Northern Nigeria. Now back to weapon. What is weapon? Weapon is an instrument used or designed to be used to kill someone. That's the definition by Black's Law Dictionary, 9th edition.
According to section 2 of the Criminal Code, section 2 defines a weapon as anything used or designed to be used with an intent to cause injury or death to a person. It can be used in intimidating or threatening a person to committing or having him do something against his will. So that is a weapon in the criminal code. And even this pen I'm holding, if I have the intention of causing injury to your body, is a weapon.
If many of us agree that these things are weapons, and considering the rising insecurity that has been ravaging many parts of this country, why then do we have these people selling these things freely on our roads?
Probably they may not be used for any bad intentions, because farmers use bow. The hunters, they use bow and arrows to hunt, and the knives you are talking about, are they the cutlasses? Those cutlasses, even students, they ask them to buy cutlass to cut grasses. Just as I said earlier, it's the intention behind the use or the purchase of those items that will constitute those items to be weapons.
But the Constitution, that's by section 36(12) of the 1999 Constitution, as amended 2011, you cannot be charged with an offense that is not codified or written. That's the law. So there is no law that prohibits them from carrying all these knives around. Yes, because they are doing their business. Yes, and if that should be an offense, it is the duty of the police by section 4 of the Police Act 2019. It is their duty to protect lives and property. So because it is not an offense, that is why you see the police even allow them to be doing that.
To the blacksmiths and the hawkers who buy their products and sell, this is just business, and it is legitimate.
It
to wani bi kasuwa ana samu wani bi kuma ba a samu gaskiya.
To abubuwan ni ma har ina ɗaukowa sari kuma wasu mun iya gyarawa. To wasu ina samuwa a Marba, wasu ina samuwa a Kebbi, wasu ina samuwa a Masaka, wasu ina samuwa a Daidai.
But do they pay any careful attention to the kind of people that buy their products?
Ina sayan ma mutane ne waɗanda ke ganin ga alama mutanen kirki ne.
A to wani sa'i za mu iya mai tambaya kuma wani sa'i za mu iya sayan mai ne uza.
To ko zo gaskiya mu sai da mashi muka. Gaskiya ba mu iya ganewa ka san ba ka iya gane komi wannan.
Muna da doka muna da mai anguwa. Akwai mai anguwa. Idan aka zo da wani kaya ya zama to na ɓanna ne ba mu yi. Kwata-kwata doka ne ma. Don mai anguwa zai ci ka tara za kuma ɗage ka aiki na tsawon kusan wata biyu tun baka aikin komai a wuri. Saboda an kama maka kayan za a jama wani ɓanna. Gaba ɗaya mai anguwa zai ɗage ka.
For a long time, it has been a tradition for herdsmen to move around with knives, machetes and sticks. Not until now, it was never a source of concern for anyone. These are tools for their work, shepherding their animals.
In baka da wuka, sanyanka zai mutu. Kana tsaye kana kallon shi daga kai sanda. Za ka yanka shi da sanda ne? To in baka da wuka, Allah ya sa kana da dan. Za ka yi kokari da ita har ka cire ta, amma bai kamata kana bi dukiya ba wuka ba adda ba sanda.
Gaskiya aiki ba zai yi ba sosai. Wani kuma ko da zai yi dai zai da damuwa. A shi dai na farko shi sanda mai bin dabba yake da sanda. In ba sanda ko da ya nufi wani wuri, a yin ka tsaya ka sari sanda ko kuma kaje za ka buga da hannu, in suna da yawa ba zai su koma da wuri ba. Amma in sanda ne da ka taɓa ɗaya biyu za ka ga sun juya.
This is abattoir. Here, there are many kinds of people involved in various processes of producing beef and other kinds of meat for our consumption. How will they find their work or business if they didn't have free access to these implements?
You don't have knife, so you don't have work with that.
You cannot work without knife. A real butcher cannot move without knife. In anywhere, not only in the market. Anywhere you are going, you can go with knife.
However, for the people selling, how can we ensure that these products do not end up in the wrong hands? Should the selling of these weapons be regulated or stopped?
I think it's a normal business, as usual, for anybody to go into it. You know, it's a normal business. They shouldn't stop them because of the insecurity. If the insecurity, if the Nigerian government is sincere and they want to crack it down, they can crack it down. In as much as those boys are selling gun, dagger, like me, recently I went to ask for digger because I want to use it in my site. I went to ask for it. So it depends on what I'm using it for.
People going about with things like that, I don't think they should be supported or allowed to go about with things like that. Because once there's anything happening, any unrest within the community or even along the street as we are right now, we're around the market, people can use that to assault people, to cause assaults. A lot of people will be injured and as well we will as well in return record a lot of casualties. So at a time like this in this country, I don't think it is good.
And to carry weapon along the street, walk along the street, sell it to anybody, what are you encouraging? You are actually encouraging insecurity, you are actually encouraging violence, you are actually encouraging telling people that I can actually get a weapon to fight you. And so, it is wrong carrying bows and arrows that if you're angry, you can splash it on somebody like that. You can stab somebody and you get away with it and nothing happens.
To gaskiya mutane masu sai da yukake suna neman abinci ne. Idan aka hana musu, an daɗe musu hanyar da suke neman abinci. Amma abin da ya kamata
su kuma idan suka ga inda ake fada kamar an yi gumu to su kiyaye su kauce ma wurin saboda gudun sabani wani zai iya ritta ba su sani ba ya je ya aikata mu kaga za a ce su ne sila ko ba haka ba to shine amma idan aka hana musu gaskiya to su an dade musu wannan hanyar su na neman abinci kaga za su iya shiga hali na rayuwa baka sai da mutum zai fada ba.
So I just advise that government should set up a body to regulate these guys. They shouldn't be selling weapons in our streets. It's not good. The youth can't be saying this. You can see there are a lot of cultists everywhere, and it's because of these acts. So government should actually set this body in place.
This thing should be stopped. Like they should be regulating it. These are the people that should sell it, and they should sell it for this kind of people that are using it for this particular thing. It shouldn't just be selling to any people randomly, because anybody can buy it for a negative purpose. So this thing should be regulated, and we should know who are we selling it to whom are we making it for.
So some people see it as something that they can easily get for protection, so can use it for farming purpose. But I don't think that is the right place for them to sell. But you see them selling on the road, and there's no even the police and the other government agencies do pass them without asking them.
So what we need to do now is for the government to have a legal protocol. A legal protocol. We should fortify our laws. Yes, a law should be created to know how to tackle all this menace, or what do you call this, or this plight.
Now, my word of advice is always when you see something, say something. Within the FCT, we have our numbers out there, our emergency numbers. When you see such, you have a credible information, or you have an information that you feel the police needs to know, you can call us through those numbers that we have all out in the domain there. Our residents, they have all those numbers, and they have been calling us. They should keep supporting and collaborating with the police and other agencies. See something, say something, call us, give us credible information, and we'll be there to serve you better.
There are certain kinds of knives that are for the kitchen. Farmers and hunters all use their implements for labor. But we have in this society certain people who are thirsty for violence.
Of course, you get fearful because our young people that are taking substance now can easily pick up one of those weapons, and it could lead to death.
At Duce side, someone came with a knife. He saw a guy selling a knife. He just took the knife and used it to stab someone. And you can see that's the example of what I'm trying to say. Had it been that knife seller was not there, that person would have not gone to get that knife and stab somebody.
We also have many of our youth who abuse drugs. And those under the influence of drugs cannot be told what to do with these weapons in their hands when they are angry at or in a fight with another person.
I swear, if I see that guy, bros, I swear I go use this iron, business in here. You know how the matter has been now. It's punchy now. I'm going to find
Although we all can agree that this is just business for many of these people, and that the people who make these products and those who sell them openly on our streets and roads might have no idea what the end user is going to apply it for, the current security challenges bedeviling us calls for a second look at these ongoing trends.